Hey, this is Fred with WP Shout with the next of these WPNoCode.com build videos. So last time we changed the DNS and the changes propagated quickly, but our internet service provider was slow, so we didn't see the changes. Now we've seen them, and the way we know that is we go to WP No Code. Here, I'll just show you in a new tab. We go to WP No Code. We get a security alert, and although this looks like a scary warning, it's actually telling us, hey, this thing is saying it has an SSL certificate, but it actually doesn't. That's really creepy. You probably shouldn't go here, which is exactly what we want, because we did say that we wanted the site under SSL, but we didn't actually create a certificate. So we are going to go to Let's Encrypt. So SiteGround offers free SSL certificates, which is awesome. And we're just gonna go to WP No Code. Okay, and it says, SSL certificate successfully added to the installation queue. Unfortunately, it takes a few minutes. While we're doing that, we can just go to WP No Code. Okay, and at 404s. All right, so let's let the SSL certificate get created. I'm not seeing it, so WP No Code. All right, so while we're waiting, let's just wrap up a few things in preparation for migrating the site. So this see how it's done thing is in Latin. Well, gibberish Latin. All right, Beaver Builder. So let's maybe replace it with some content. And I noticed in reviewing the first video I did that there's some content I didn't use. I don't know if I need it. So I'm just gonna grab this and see if it's a good fit. Are you looking to build? I kind of want to make no code a verb, but I don't know if it is. If you want to build a beautiful website for yourself without writing code. And again, unfortunately, the Beaver Builder WYSIWYG editor doesn't translate those 3 dashes into an M dash. So we're going to copy the first M dash we find. And we're going to hit Control-Shift-V, meaning paste, but please do not bring along formatting. Just the character, not any formatting. So Control-Shift-V. Okay, and you can see that this isn't actually the ordered list that I want it to be. So we do that. You have to understand it. This feels a little bit negative. It's true though. There's lots of not ideal. Sure. And I think I wanted this to be bold. Let's see if that looks good on the page. It's the only our free no code. I mean, we're pretty much repeating what the about page and the home page and everything say, but so why don't we the right code. Actually, I'm going to use it as a verb. What the hell? From the ground up. What the heck? Excuse me. So that's where we come in. Our free no code, the no code, our free to, yeah, just put together. How about? Or build. WordPress site from the ground up. Each demo describes in depth the tools you'll need, and it comes with front to back videos showing you every step of the way, how long the job will take, what to watch out for as you're working. Each demo describes in depth the tools you'll need, how long the job will take, what. And all demos, and all demos. Okay. I feel like this is wordy. Your first choices will shape there are lots of not ideal choices. Okay, so this feels good. And unfortunately, WordPress the WordPress landscape has which are often the first ones you find. Which are often the first ones you'll find. If you're just starting out. Okay, so I think there is now no Latin anywhere. I feel like the copy is a bit repetitive, but I think that'll get better as there's more actual content on the site. Yeah, so I think this thing's just about ready. Let's see if the SSL certificate came through. Look at that. So we have our SSL certificate, and now the site resolves beautifully. And so it's time to migrate. Now remember, this demo site, we set our our username is ASDF, and the password is just ASDF 4 times. No need to save that because we're right about to change it. We're gonna add a new plugin, all in one. There it is. Oh look, Christmas. Oh, that's cute. Okay. And now that we're about to migrate the site, feels like a good time to get rid of like all the stock photography. Because first of all, you can only migrate something up to a certain size with the free version of all-in-one WP migration. And also, it's going to make the migration slower if we've got a bunch of stuff we don't need on here. So let's just get rid of all this, stock stuff. The HubSpot logo, bunch of blue, like stock photography. All right. One thing to know is that images take up more space than you might expect on a WordPress site, because let's say an image is a megabyte. I mean, a theme might be 2 or 3 megabytes, because a theme is mostly code, and so it really does matter, like the size of your media library, if you're worried about like the overall size of your WordPress site. All right. So we're going to just start up an export. Hoping this won't take very long, because I don't think the site is very big right now. I think it's probably not more than... Wow, this is going to be quick, I think. Okay, and then here's the download. Looks like it's going to take about 1.5 minutes. Maybe less than that. So we can maybe just go to import. This is kind of like the dream for all-in-one WP migration, is it only takes 1 minute. For sites that have been around for longer, if a site's been up a couple of years, it'll be giant, and it's almost never this easy, but oh, stop. Your file exceeds the maximum upload size for this site. Well, this 128 is not the limit. All-in-one WP migrations limit. This must be like a SiteGround limit. Well, what we can do is, there's a couple things we can do. We can do import from file, import from URL, which would get around this, but as a paid all-in-one WP migration extension, or we could actually upload the file directly in our SiteGround hosting. I think I'm going to use the URL import, because uploading files can be slow. So this is just a paid extension for all-in-one WP migration that that lets you just say a URL where a file lives, and that way you don't actually ever have to upload a large file. So, okay, we've got the URL extension, which is great, but what's the actual URL? So now we actually do need to go into SiteGround. Oh, not here, whoops. And we're gonna go, you know what I'm gonna do? I partly because I don't wanna start showing the file contents of my entire SiteGround account, I'm gonna install something called File Manager. It's a plugin. Now, I recommend using File Manager for what you need it for, and then uninstalling it, because it basically is as the name implies, it's a file manager on your web, inside WordPress. And I just kind of feel like it's probably a security vulnerability, not the kind of thing you want to leave up for very long. So so here's what we've got. I got the file name, right? The file name is this long string, right? And I pasted that into here. But we need not just the file name, we need to know the folder. So it's in folder this. So we're going to say we're going to rename it, but we're really just going to copy the name. But what folder is that folder in? Well, it's in WP content. So we're going to have to copy that. And where is WP content? That's where it gets a little tricky. It's not in something called WP no code. It's actually at the root of this WordPress install, which currently lives at wpshout.com/WP no code. So this is the full URL. wpshout.com/WP no code/WP content/ all-in-one WP migration backup / then the long file name. I'm going to copy all that, and let's see if we can import from that URL. URL extension is not the latest version. Okay. Let's see if we get the opportunity to update it. All right, import. Import from URL. Try this. It's not going to work. Update the plugin before you can use it. Nice. There's the update alert. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it didn't show up before. But okay, it was a 1-second update, so that's good. And let me just sort of, I'm going to wait for this to work. And then I have some thoughts about migrating WordPress sites. Yeah, it's going crazy fast because this site is pretty small, less than 200 megabytes. The import process will overwrite your website. Sounds good. Your site has been imported successfully. Let's have a look. So we're going to want to reload. And there it is. The site is live. And you can see nothing's broken. It all is under SSL. In fact, I want to just check the SSL certificate really quick because I want to make sure that I can't access it at the non-SSL version. Nope, good, it redirects. That's good. So that, okay. So that's weird. And I'm guessing About has the same problem. Yes, About does have the same problem. So we probably have to do what they have asked us to do and change permalinks. And let me just try to remember. This is the old site we're looking at now. Let me just try to remember my username. So my username is Fred. And I'm guessing that this is my, whoa, I'm going to have to change that now. Ugh, that's annoying. Did not mean to do that. Oh, nice. That's not even the password. Okay. Let's see. What is the password? Did I do ASDF 4 times? Yep. Okay, good. So now I'm going to have to change my password after this. So I'm also going to black out that section where I typed in a password that I then showed. So yeah, if the screen goes black for a minute, that's why. All right, so I think what we need to do is just go down to permalinks, and we just need to save changes, even though we didn't make any changes, because, yeah. So WP, like all-in-one WP migration, it changes a bunch of stuff, but you can still have like old permalink settings that it's not expecting. So you just have to like go there and say, basically refresh the permalink structure, and then you get what you want. So honestly, I mean, the site is up. And I really like this template for like building out demos. And you know what I actually figured? I kind of want to show you this maybe before we sign off. You see this? Like, so what I did is I took the video off of the example demo that we've got. And I learned that you can actually hide. See, because what I didn't want is I didn't want it to say videos and then there's no videos. Like, I didn't want to like just have that dangling out there if there are no actual videos. So basically, copy. We'll just copy this. So basically what you get is it won't show if there are no actual videos. And then if I put in something into this field and update, now the video will show and that this header will show. Now, how did I do that? Well, it turns out that Beaver Themer has this thing in advanced called Conditional Logic. So you can display it always, which is I think the default, or you can display it never, which doesn't make a ton of sense, but or if you're logged in or you're logged out or whatever. But you've got conditional logic too. And there's this conditional logic setting that I wrote. So I'm just going to cancel it out actually, because I want to show you start to back how I did it. So, all right. So what we've got now, right, is not good. It says videos, but there's no videos. I only want this to show if there are videos. So I'm going to go here, go to advanced, and okay, display always, no. Display conditional logic, open conditional logic settings. So we're gonna have to add a rule. Display this content if the following conditions are met. Well, what we're really interested in is an ACF, Advanced Custom Fields, post field. It's a field about a post. And the key for that, we have to actually go to Advanced Custom Fields. Okay, so the key is called video_playlist. So we're going to type that in. And we don't care what it is. We just want it to not be empty. If there's something in it, then display the content. If there's nothing in it, then don't. And that's the only rule we want, so we're just going to save. Going to say done, publish our changes, reload. Okay, and there's a video and there's the thing. And then edit this, update, and yeah. So I honestly think that might be the end. I mean, I think this site is the way I want it for, you know, for starters. I guess we could test it in different browsers and stuff, but I've already done a fair amount of that. Just making sure it, you know, looks pretty decent in Firefox and that kind of thing. So I'll maybe just do a minute or two of that. But basically, I think this kind of wraps up what it's like to build a website from top to bottom with 0 lines of code. Oh yeah, I was going to say a little bit about migrating WordPress websites. It's never easy, basically. I mean, this is about as easy as it gets. What we just, you know, went through with like having to try 3 different things and be creative, and then it looked like it didn't work, and like that is all par for the course. That's exactly how it works. Like it's not easy to migrate WordPress websites. All-in-one WP migration makes it way easier than it's ever been. But it's still not easy. Okay, yeah, well, I'm happy with this. So, yeah, we'll call this the last video. WPNoCode.com is up. It's under SSL. It works just fine on, devices of any size. Nav menu works just fine. We've got this cool demos custom post type that that can, intelligently display custom fields. We don't have to like build this area every time. Every time we do a demo, it's like there for us automatically. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. This was my first site that I've ever tried to build without any use of any code of any kind, JavaScript, CSS, PHP. And I'm really happy and actually pretty pleasantly surprised with what I was able to accomplish. So thanks for watching, and yeah, we'll see you soon on WP Shout or on WP No Code as we continue to put new content up on both places.